and go to second application of dimensional analysis. Second one is conversion of one system of unit into another system of unit. One system to another system we can convert by using a dimensional formula analysis. The first example I have taken, convert 1 Newton to dynes. What is Newton? This is SI unit of force. SI unit of force. And what is a dyne? This is unit of force. Unit of force. In which system? In CGS system. In CGS. What is CGS? This is centimeter gram second. This is centimeter gram second. This is SI system or MKS system. MKS system. What is the value of 1 Newton in terms of dyne? We have to convert the SI unit of force. What is that? Newton. You have to convert Newton to dynes. You know very well. Therefore, the SI unit of means MKS system. MKS means meter Kelvin second. Sorry, kilogram. This is per length. This is per mass. This is per time. Mass, kilometer, and this is second. MKS system. This is in meter, length in meter, and next mass in kilogram, time in second. The SI unit of force. SI unit of force in SI unit of force in MKS system. Therefore, in SI system, in SI, the SI unit of force, SI system, the unit of force is Newton. Force is Newton. In CGS system means centimeter gram second. The unit of force is dyne. Force is dyne. We have to convert Newton to dyne. Let us consider. Let consider the mass, length, and time in CGS. In CGS is, that is I am taking, that is M1, L1 and T1. What is M? Mass. What is L? Length. What is T? That is time. M1, L1, T1. And let consider the mass, length and time in MKS system, means in SI system, means MKS is M2, L2 and T2. This is mass in CGS, length in CGS and time in CGS, M1, L1, T1. It is mass in SI, length in SI, time in SI, M2, L2, T2. But in both the cases, but in all systems, unit of time is same. Unit of time is same. Therefore, I am not taking T1 and T2. Generally, I am taking it is capital T and this is also capital T. The unit of mass in CGS is different. That is, unit of mass in CGS is gram. Unit of length in CGS is centimeter. But the unit of time in CGS is second. The time unit in both the systems is second. Here also second, here also second. But here length it is in centimeter, mass it is in gram, here length it is in meter, but mass here kilogram. But here what is the SI unit of time? Here also second, here also second. Therefore don't take T1 and T2, generally we can take T and T. In both the systems the unit of time is same, that is second, that's why I am not taking T1 and T2, generally I am taking T1 and T2. Therefore here I am taking, that is 1 Newton divided by 1 dyne. This is equal to 1 Newton means M2 L2 T, M2 L2 and T divided by 1 dyne means this is in CGS, that is M1 L1 and T. Here TT getting cancelled, Next 1 Newton divided by 1 dyne, this is equal to, this is in which system? This is in SI system. What is M? This is mass. Mass means here K. K means 1 kilogram. 1 kilogram into what is L? Length. Length means here, that is meter. In SI system length means meter, divided by M1 in CGS. CGS means that is mass, that is a gram, that is 1 gram, and here length means that is centimeter, 1 centimeter, this is 1 meter. In SI system unit of mass is kilogram, in CGS system unit of mass is gram. In SI system unit of length is meter, in CGS system length unit is centimeter. Therefore 1 Newton divided by 1 dyne, this is equal to, convert kilogram to gram. 1 kilogram is equal to how many grams? 1000 grams. 1000 grams into, convert meter to centimeter. How to convert meter to centimeter? 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, divided by 1 gram as it is, into 1 centimeter as it is. Don't confuse here what I done. Kilogram converted in terms of grams. 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. 1 gram as it is, 1 centimeter as it is. And next, this gram and this gram getting cancelled. Centimeter getting cancelled. And what is remaining? 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. This is 1 Newton divided by 1 dyne. Therefore 1 Newton is equal to, multiply this one, cross multiply here, 10 to the power of plus 5 dynes. Are you getting? This is, the Newton is converted into dynes. 1 Newton means 10 to the power of 5 dynes. 1 Newton ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡೈನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ 10 to the power 5 ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. What I did, are you understanding? I just converted Newton to dyne. Newton to dyne means SI system to CGS system, just I have converted. Conversion of one system of unit into another system of unit. It means that the Newton is a SI system, dynes is a CGS system. SI to CGS just I converted. Getting? Don't confuse here. Mass, length, time. In CGS, mass, length, time. In SI, C means centimeter, G means gram, S means second. This is unit of mass, centimeter is unit of length, gram is unit of mass, second is unit of time. In which system? CGS system. In SI system, M is meter, kilogram, second. M is meter means unit of length, K is kilogram unit of mass, S is second unit of time. In CGS as well as in MKS system, the unit of time is same. Therefore I am generally here T and T. I am not taken T1 and T2 because in both the system the unit of time is same, that's why I am not taking T1 and T2. Therefore 1 Newton by 1 dyne, this is SI system, this is CGS system. In SI system M2 L2T, M2 L2T. In CGS system M1 L1T, M1 L1T. TT getting cancelled because in both the systems they are same. 1 Newton by 1 dyne, M2. In SI system 1 kilogram, in SI system 1 meter. In CGS system 1 gram, in CGS system 1 centimeter. Convert kilogram to gram, convert meter to centimeter. Then remaining cancel with each other, you are getting finally what is the answer? 1 Newton is equal to 10 to the power of 5 dynes. This is the example. First example you can see, and you can see another example. This is example number 1, and let us take another example. I am going to discuss how to convert one system of unit into another system. That is a second example. Let us take. This is the first example, and let us take the second example. That is example number 2. The density of liquid. Density of liquid in CGS is 13.6 gram per centimeter cube. Then what is the density? What is the density of liquid in SI system? In SI system, SI means MKS system. SI system. Let us take the answer. We have to convert CGS to SI. CGS system to MKS system means SI system you have to convert. Density of liquid is 13.6 grams per centimeter cube. This is your answer. Then 13.6 as it is. Gram means this is CGS. Centimeter means this is also CGS. And CGS to SI you have to convert. And let us take. How can I write 1 gram? This is 1 gram you need to convert in terms of SI. Means MKS you have to convert. Centimeter cube also you have to convert this one. I am writing this one. First of all, 1 gram means that is 1000. 1 gram means that is 1 by 1000 kilogram. Because how to convert? 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. Therefore, convert gram to kg, gram to kilogram. 1 gram means 1 by 1000 kilogram. And next, centimeter cube. Convert it to centimeter to meter. It means that 1 by 100th meter. Then raised to minus 3 as it is. Centimeter is getting converted into meter. 1 by 100 means centimeter. This minus 3 as it is. And how to convert? 1 gram means how many kg? 1 by 1000 of kilogram. And remaining 13.6 as it is. This is 1 by 1000 kilogram kg, and into this is 1 by 100 raised to minus 3. See how I am writing. Now how many zeros are there? First you can see here 1, 2, 3. I am writing it as 1 by 10 to the power plus 3 kilogram, and 1 to 10 to the power plus 2 kg. Sorry, meter, not a kg, meter. And 13.6. This is equal to, take 10 to the power plus 3 on a numerator, it become 10 to the power minus 3 kg. And take here 10 to the power plus 2 on a numerator, it become 10 to the power minus 2 raised to minus 3. And 13.6 as it is, 10 to the power of minus 3 kg as it is. Then 2 into 3 minus 6. Minus into minus plus, then 10 to the power plus 6. Then this is minus 3, this is plus 6. Then what is the answer? Answer is 13.6 into 10 to the power of plus 3 minus 3, then this is plus 3 kg. This is a meter raised to minus 3, this is kg as it is, and m raised to minus 3 as it is. This is the density of liquid in kg meter cube. Kg is SI unit of mass in SI system, meter cube is the SI unit of volume getting in SI system. This is kg per meter cube is the SI unit of density. Therefore, density of water in terms of SI system is 13.6 into 10 to the power 3 kg per meter cube. That is what I have done. I think so you understood. 13.6 gram per centimeter cube here, but in terms of kg or SI system, 13.6 10 to the power plus 3 kg per meter cube. And this is plus 2 becomes minus 2 here, minus 2, 2 into 3, 6, minus into minus, plus, and next this is minus 3 as it is, plus 6, minus 3 getting cancelled, and remaining, that is your answer. And please note down this one. And go to third application of dimensional analysis, that is to derive the relation between different physical quantities. What is the use of third applications of dimensional analysis? To derive the relation between different physical quantities. What is the relation is there in between different physical quantities that can be studied or that can be known by using this dimensional formula method. For example, consider a length of the pendulum. This is the pendulum, as you know very well. This is the pendulum. Length of the pendulum is L, and mass of the object is m. And if you release the body here, this is accelerating in downward direction. That is capital small g. Consider a simple pendulum of length L. Thread length is L. Object mass is m, and acceleration due to gravity, that is g. And if you pull the body and release it, it is doing one oscillation. The time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation, that is called as a time period. What is time period? It is the time taken by the body just to complete one oscillation, that is called as a time period. That is capital T. One cycle madaka, one oscillation madaka time togotadala, the capital T. What is the relation between L, M, G and T? That what you have to derive by using this dimensional formula method. Kelvin physical quantities kottidara. Which are those? Length is a physical quantity, mass is a physical quantity, G is a physical quantity, and T is also physical quantity. Time is also physical quantity. 4 physical quantities are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the relation between these 4 physical quantities? You have to derive. You have to know it by using which method? Dimensional formula method. I have taken this example. Let us see what is the relation between these 4 physical quantities L, M, G and T. Let us take this T is nothing but time period of the pendulum, that is directly proportional to mass of the pendulum, length of the pendulum and G of the pendulum. The T is depending upon M, L, G, and I am taking the power of M is X, the power of L is Y, and the power of G is Z. I am taking for convenience. Therefore, T is equal to, remove it. If you want to remove, take here equal symbol and one constant. Then M raised to X, L raised to Y and Z raised to Z. And what is the dimensional formula of this one? T. T means capital T. The dimension of time is capital T, and let us take, don't take this one, K. mass is nothing but a capital M, its dimension is capital M raised to x. L means length, its dimension is capital L raised to y. G is nothing but acceleration. The dimensional formula of acceleration is LT raised to minus 2. The power is Z. And here I am writing it as m raised to 0, L raised to 0, T raised to plus 1. M raised to 0 is again 1, L raised to 0 is again 1, T raised to plus is T. Just I added here these two terms. Just I added here these two terms. M raised to 0 is 1, L raised to 0 is 1, T raised to plus 1 means here plus 1. This is equal to m raised to x, L raised to y, LT raised to minus 2. It is the dimensional formula of acceleration, that is Z. And next m raised to x, this is as it is. This is L raised to y, this is as it is. This is L raised to z, L raised to z. Then T as it is, minus 2 into z, minus 2z, minus 2z. This is the one. And let us take m raised to 0, L raised to 0, T raised to plus 1. This is equal to m raised to x, m raised to x, L raised to y, L raised to y, L raised to z, L raised to z. Then T raised to minus 2z. I am writing this one here. Let us see. I am writing here m raised to 0 as it is, L raised to 0 as it is, T raised to plus 1. This is equal to m raised to x as it is, and L raised to y, L raised to z. I am writing this term as L raised to y plus z. Base is same. Add the powers, y plus z, L raised to y plus z. Next, T raised to minus 2z. And again m base. What is the coefficient of power? X is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, and L to the power y plus z, y plus z. Here L, here L, here y plus z, it is the power, here 0 is the power, y plus z is equal to, this is 0. Then next term, T raised to plus 1, T raised to minus 2z, T powers, equate powers, minus 2z is equal to plus 1. Don't confuse, I have taken what? M power x is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, L power y plus z, here power 0, y plus z is equal to 0, here power T raised to plus 1, here power minus 2z, T power plus 1, here power minus 2z. And here let us take from this one z as it is, minus z as it is, take 2 on that side, that is plus 1 divided by 2, and that minus sign send that side, z is equal to minus 1 by 2. This is z value, this is z value. And substitute here, and substitute z value in where you have to substitute here. Then y plus, what is z? Z means minus 1 by 2, that is equal to 0. Y is equal to plus minus 1 by 2 is equal to 0. Then y is equal to, send this one that side, minus becomes plus, this is 1 by 2. X is equal to 0, z is equal to minus 1 by 2, y is equal to 1 by 2. You are getting x value, y value, z value. And next what you need to do, you substitute x value, y value, z value in the equation number 1. How come that is? Substitute, then equation 1 becomes, substitute all the values, x, y, z, all these values substitute in the equation number 1. Then equation number 1 becomes T is equal to, that is k into m as it is, m as it is. What is x? X is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. L as it is. L as it is. What is y? Y is equal to 1 by 2. Y is equal to 1 by 2. Next, what is g? G as it is. G as it is. What is z? Z is equal to minus 1 by 2. Z is equal to minus 1 by 2. M raised to 0 means 1. T equal to k into its value is 1. Its value is 1. Therefore, remove it. L raised to 1 by 2. G raised to minus 1 by 2. T is equal to k as it is. L as it is 1 by 2. I am writing G as G raised to minus 1 by 2. If you take z on a denominator, minus sign become plus sign. Plus sign. Then t is equal to k into L raised to 1 by 2 divided by g raised to 1 by 2. As you know very well, 1 by 2 is nothing but root. As you know very well, 1 by 2 meaning is a root. Therefore, t is equal to k into root of L divided by root of g. Or else, therefore, root of L by root of g. This can also be written as root of L by g. Both the meaning is same. T is equal to k into root of L by z. L by z. Therefore, I am writing this one here. T is equal to k means that is constant. K is equal to 2 pi. That is a constant. That is a constant. K is equal to 2 pi root of L by z. What is this one? This is the formula. By using this formula, it is possible to find out what is the time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation. 4 physical quantities are there. Length first. And here, this is the final formula. T equal to 2 pi root of L by z. And 2 pi is constant. And t is directly proportional to root L and t is inversely proportional to root of g. And here what is t? T is nothing but that is time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation. If more the L, if the length of the pendulum is more, then the time taken to complete one oscillation becomes increases. More the L, more the t, lesser is the L, lesser is the t. The time taken by the pendulum to complete one cycle is directly depending upon value of length of pendulum. And now 4 physical quantities: length, mass, acceleration of due to gravity and time period. 4 physical quantities are given. The relation between these 4 physical quantities we have derived by using the help of dimensional analysis method, that is nothing but t is equal to 2 pi root of L by z. What is this formula? This is the formula. By using this formula, we are going to find out the time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation. We are going to find out by using this theoretical formula. ಯಾವುದೋ 4 ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೀಸನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಆ 4 ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೀಸ್ ನಡಕ ಏನು ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅದ, ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿರೈವ್ ಇಟ್. ನಾವು ಒನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡಿರೈವ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಓವರ್ ಟುಡೇ. And the weightage for theory marks is only just 2 marks, and this topic is very helpful for CET for your upcoming exam. And please go through the videos. And what is important to study in this topic is that is significant digits and how to round up the significant digits, that is important. And use of a dimensional analysis, that is how to convert one system of unit into another system, and how to check up the correctness of the given equation, and how to derive the relation between different physical quantities. Now I am going to stop now. The topic is completed, as well as the first year syllabus is also completed, theory syllabus. And the reason what I taught the topic because of your CET exam. And one thing here, while watching the videos you can extract the notes. I clearly written everything on the board. You can take the notes from the videos, and please go through the videos as well as this importance of the topic, and thanking you.